Well, there's not a buzzier team than the Chiefs. I mean, and they well deserved the most explosive offense these last few years with Patrick Mahomes there. And why don't we start at the top with that phenom himself? Since taking over, he's been the first, fifth, and second in fantasy points per game. He's won at least 12 games every year, 6-2 in the playoffs, including 2 Super Bowl appearances and 1 title. I mean, just incredible first 3 seasons. So what are you thinking coming into 2021? Should we expect more of the same dominance? Is there any reason to suspect it will change either for better or worse?
I think if you're picking somewhat high in your fantasy draft, you really can't go wrong with Patrick Mahomes. The stat that I tell people that I think does give you an indication of where he may go from a fantasy perspective is Patrick Mahomes has never lost an NFL game in September. It's never happened. Okay, so we're going into year 4 of him as the primary starter. Obviously, in 2017, he was the backup under Alex Smith. But the Chiefs' offense is so unpredictable, but yet still very potent and dynamic in September that I think whether you draft Mahomes, Kelsey, Tyreek Hill, they tend to perform very well just because they have a schematic advantage because, Andy Reid and Mahomes have been creating all these new plays, these new concepts, and they get to it pretty early on. So the way Mahomes has looked at training camp, I think has been really interesting to watch because when he was younger, he would do all these wild and crazy things. Obviously, we saw that play out in 2018 where it's like, oh my God, he has more touchdowns and incompletions against the Pittsburgh Steelers in week 2. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. I think he's more mature. I think the offense is more balanced is what they ultimately want to get to this year. But I think Mahomes, in terms of whether fans are worried about his foot injury, he looks great scrambling out of the pocket when asked upon. His accuracy is still really, really high. One of the benefits this year is, maybe McCole Hardman takes a step, and I know we're going to get to that, here later on in the episode. But I feel like Mahomes is one of the best guarantees in football, whether it's the Chiefs themselves on a week-to-week basis or if he's your fantasy quarterback, because they're going to spread the ball around, I think, a little bit more than last year, just because, as we mentioned, Nick, you get more reps in practice when you go through the OTAs and the mini camp and obviously training camp to understand some of the new weapons that are going to be around Patrick Mahomes, whether that's Noah Gray, Jerick McKinnon, who was obviously a veteran running back who has a lot of receiving capabilities to him. Clyde Edwards-Helaire should be a big target in this offense moving forward. And you still have Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill. So again, if you're a defensive coordinator, good luck in September because I don't know what they're going to do, but I think Mahomes has treated this training camp appropriately, and he's been spreading the ball around so that he has that timing, that chemistry with his teammates, not just, Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, because I think that's going to be obviously the backbone of this offense for at least the next few years, including 2021.
It's a scary thought to picture Mahomes with even more weaponry than what he already has, including those backbone guys. What is up, you fantasy wolf? Thanks so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, share your thoughts in the comments, check out some more videos, and join the newest Wolfpack by subscribing below.